On today's episode of the Portside Boys, we'll go over Week 2 of the XFL. The NBA All-Star Weekend is behind us. We'll take a look at who took care of business in the skills, three-point, and dunk contest, as well as the game itself. The NFL is supposed to be taking some time off, but unfortunately they didn't get that news. We'll go over some of those NFL updates for you. We'll finish up today's episode with our draft segment, a couple of Would You Rathers for the boys, some birthdays coming down the old pipeline, and the final take. We also have a guest joining us today, Ryan McDonough. Thank you for joining the program.
Hey. Thanks,
welcome in. I'm Big Zig, and you're listening to the Portside Boys.
Ooh, there's Joe. Say, Joe, I think you're cool.
Joe, I think you're cool. Well, thank you, Brian. That's gonna get me through the rest of this yard work.
No, just kidding. You suck.
No, just kidding. You suck.
Queer.
Queer? Ah, well, there goes my smile.
All right, get her going, bud. So, Week 2 of the XFL happened, and we were talking about it last week. And we thought for sure when it came to viewership, it was going to have a. We thought it wasn't going to decline. We had talked about it and we discussed. Hey, we thought, look, viewership's not going to go down. XFL is what's going on right now. A lot of stuff. Yeah, we were wrong. Viewership dropped off just a little bit though. The only thing though is the viewership dropped off, but the attendance went up. So that's a good sign, I think, for the XFL is the fact that the attendance at the games is going up, but the viewership on the TV is different. Only reason why I say that is because not everyone has ESPN and FSN1. So when you're going to be doing your comparisons for viewership, I mean, you got to also assume the fact that people aren't watching on ESPN and watching on FS1. They're watching on ABC and on Fox because those are the channels that everyone has. If you don't have cable, you usually have the basic cable. You watch that.
Well, I mean, they did better than the AAF did in Week 2.
Oh, yeah.
Much better.
Yep. Absolutely.
Almost or over double the amount of viewership in Week 2.
Yeah. And like I said, there was one game that attendance went up. And what was that game? I think it was the Seattle Dragons had a fan total, 29,000 plus showed up to their games. They obviously helped with bringing the attendance up, but the only difference is the fact that they brought it up because they had a ton of people show up. That's just Seattle for you. But
Seattle loves their football.
Yeah, apparently.
But it was the only game in the XFL in Week 2 that had a higher fan attendance. The rest of the teams in the XFL went down from Week 1.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so the attendance went down, but they helped keep the numbers up?
They helped. Oh, that team itself did.
Well, why wouldn't people come? Why wouldn't people show up to the games?
I would go see it. If Minnesota had an XFL team, I'd go watch it.
That's what I'm saying. If it's cheap tickets to go sit and hang out with football, I mean, I'll go watch.
Are the beer prices high? I mean,
apparently not if you're getting 200,000 people.
Yeah, right.
And you have a 75-foot-long snake of beer cups. Did you guys see that?
Oh, yeah. I did see
That was awesome.
They showed that on the highlights. That was great.
Let's be real. It's just a bunch of people drinking and a football game breaks out.
I mean, pretty much.
But who cares?
It's kind of like the NASCAR of the football scene,
But who cares? I'll go see a game if I got cheap tickets. I will go watch a game because here's the deal. There are going to be some pro talent on the field. Not terrible. And plus, if it was in Minnesota, it'd probably be inside at US Bank Stadium. And I would gladly go pay $10, $15, $20 to get in there to just hang out in the stadium because it's
experience.
Cool. Yeah. And the lower bowl of the US Bank Stadium is huge.
Yeah.
So they would not fill that up. But still, you would have a lower level seat to football in the stadium. I would gladly go watch it.
I don't think it's like $10 to $15 though. I think they're in the $40 to $50 to $60. We were
is
saying
it
that
that
XFL last
I
week
don't
was,
I don't know, man, dude. Wild tickets are like $28 right now. So
really?
Well, they finally broke that streak of not filling up the stadium.
Oh my gosh, I've been but yeah, XFL. Well, just what you were saying though, the viewership, like you said, they're on major networks, so they're gonna sustain themselves. And the thing I like about the XFL versus when they first came in is, it's not as gimmicky. Yeah, they've got some weird rules,
right? Different than the typical football.
But they're not like crazy stuff. It's more or less, just like different experimentations that people would want to see in the NFL. So it's you've got that going, and like I don't think you've seen Vince McMahon at any of the games either. So he's kind of staying out of it. There's not like the wrestling factor in it that there was with the original XFL.
Right. Yeah, the cheerleaders are keeping their clothes on.
Right.
Well, I mean, I'm mad about that. So.
I'm not disappointed, but I'm saying they're keeping up with the tone of what football usually is.
yeah,
NFL.
yeah.
Right.
It's more about football, less about just the circus that
Exactly.
it was before.
Here's the thing, though. A lot of people liked the circus stuff.
Yes.
I mean, that's what they're probably hoping for when they show up drunk. Like, here we go.
Right?
Go and watch the games.
But Monster Jam was last weekend. They want to look more towards a football fan base. To sustain the league if that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, XFL, so single game tickets for most teams begin at $24 and top out at just over $100. So
with $100, damn, do
lot.
you
Well-
get field passes?
should
That's
for that,
125.
right?
You
Should for
so
that.
you get to touch a tit. A tit.
At least one.
All right, $100. Let me see them boobies.
It was like
Season
you want to
tickets.
see my titties?
Season tickets
yeah,
are going
dude.
from about $100 to $575. So I mean, I would say it's
Okay.
pretty good.
Yeah, no, that's reasonable.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Do you think
reasonable.
Minnesota gets an XFL team?
Not a chance. Not
No.
a chance.
I think they've been talking a lot about North Dakota.
See, they need to do something in the region here in the Midwest because
Yeah,
let's be real,
yeah.
Chicago doesn't even have a team. So if they did a Midwest team, it would be Chicago.
Or Minneapolis? I feel like we could get a team here.
Minneapolis has a strong draw. It's just the fact that I don't think if for a Midwest team it'd have to be Chicago first.
So you think about it like on a Saturday afternoon, you have the Wild playing, or you've got XFL. What are most people gonna think about going
True.
to?
Right.
I mean, the Wild.
The Minnesota Pike. Yeah.
Yeah.
We can watch the Minnesota Pike or the Minnesota Wild.
Right.
I'm trying to think of team. What would the
Pike?
team name
That's a
be?
good-
Is
The
that
Pike.
a start? Right?
I'm just trying to say the Pikes.
I mean,
Minnesota North Pikes.
We're 2
I'd say
weeks in, and we're already talking about expanding the league. Why don't they just stick with what they have for now, build that, and if they do see the opportunity, that's when you expand. You don't start a company and the product looked, your first launch was like, all right, pretty good. Okay, let's open up 50 more products. No. You slowly
We're talking as
go.
fans, though.
Right.
As fans, like I'm not going to travel to go see a game.
Well, sure.
I will gladly watch at home here and there. There are some teams I will watch. There's some teams I won't watch because of the quarterback play is so terrible.
Well, sure.
But I will say that I will watch the DC Defenders because they got Cordero Jones. I will watch the Houston Roughnecks because they have PJ Williams, whatever the hell his name is, a good-ass quarterback down there. Elusive as hell. It kind of reminds me a little bit of a Deshaun Watson-type player. Just super cool and elusive, and he's really good. But that's the only reason why.
Well, I get it. I just don't think people understand the cost of having a team like that.
I agree.
If it was cheap, there'd be 40 football leagues, 75 basketball NBAs, and it'd be all over the place. It's not cheap.
Yeah.
You have to build a lasting brand in order to expand, and that's why the NFL has continually added teams over time. So the NBA has added teams over time. They didn't, launch the first couple teams and say, "Hey, let's double it the next year." No, you can't do that.
And also the NBA back in the day, they also combined with the ABA and they became the NBA.
Well,
so I mean,
same
even
with
so,
NFL.
that happen.
even so,
Same with NFL as well.
Exactly, but that's just how it worked. But now with them being such huge deal, big contract, lots of money involved with the sport, you're not going to be able to start another league because back then they were still on even playing fields. Where at least now the other sports that are already set, NFL, NBA, NHL, MLB, they're already so big. To compete with them would be suicide in a sense, wasted money.
There's a reason why the XFL is being played now and not, September through January.
Exactly.
They're not stupid. They're not going to try and compete with the NFL.
and they shouldn't.
No.
Right.
And, yeah.
But I do think, though, moving forward, if they had to take for you, for example, I'm sure you've seen a couple of games, right?
Yeah.
So if there's other rules that you think they would like to see put into NFL for a trial run, what do you think you would want to see if you had to take their rules?
I just like seeing not all the penalty flags flying,
Okay.
Seriously,
I
completely
just
agree.
like let the guys play downfield as far as passing and don't throw a flag if the quarterback gets a fingertip brushed on his helmet or just like face mask. I wish they would go back to the 5-yard, 15-yard, the non-personal foul with the the grasping of the face mask. But
What do you think of the kickoff rule that they have? Do you like that?
It's weird. It's weird.
It's different.
But yeah, it's different. And, just having the way that it's set up, of course, with the kickoff is a big deal as far as injury-wise, and that's what everybody's going towards. And it's, I don't know, it's more or less like a extended handoff now to start it. But with the rules that you have to get it inside the 20 in the air, that adds a lot to it. There's some strategery you can go through.
I don't know.
It's like a draw play.
Basically.
Yeah,
I mean,
right?
as
It
far
is.
as kicking it into the end zone, wouldn't you assume that I don't know this. Is there a rule you have to kick it to the guy? You know what I mean? Like if you kick it in the end zone, he doesn't touch it. It's a touchback. It gets at the 35, or does it get it somewhere else?
I'm not sure. Yeah,
because that's one thing I don't understand is why kick it to him then? Why not kick it into the end zone, out of bounds, out of the back of the end zone?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, are they trying? I mean, it all depends because, I mean, you would see, like, for example, you see a lot of pros like Dan Bailey or whoever coming in, kicking it out of the end zone. They don't even return it in the NFL.
Well, we want returns. We just want safer returns. We don't. I don't want touchbacks. I want returns.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Why? What's keeping these guys from not kicking it out of the end zone? Are they not trying to, or is it against the rules?
No, I would say it's probably just players. The quality of the kickers.
No, an example for the players aren't as good.
Sure.
If you take, I know it's only the first 2 weeks, but one of the punters in the XFL would have been the number 2 punter in the NFL.
Marquise King.
I don't know. I forget what his name is.
Well, I mean, he was like a big time punter for the Raiders.
Yeah, and most guys, there are a lot of guys that they played college ball. They just didn't make it, and they're still good.
Yep.
Punters and kickers are the quarterbacks of the special teams. There's you only have 32 punters and kickers. You could be a solid punter or kicker and not be on a team.
That's true.
Right. Shit, there was a dude on the DC Defenders that hit a 50+ yard field goal. I mean, these guys are kickers. They can ball still. So they're doing a real good job. So is there a rule?
Yes, there is. So the kicker must kick the ball in the air and in play between the opponent's 20-yard line and the end zone.
Okay. You have to put it anywhere in there.
Yes.
So gotcha.
Yes.
That's what I was wondering about the
That's
rule.
Interesting.
That's what I thought. I'm like, why are they kicking this fucking thing out of the end zone, giving it to him at the 25, like the way the NFL does?
Yeah.
That makes sense then.
Yeah, okay.
Because they have to catch it. So that's why I always thought it's so funny. Plus, I mean, if you kick a what do you call those, end over end kick, and he touches it, well, if he drops that damn thing, let's go. You know, you have to catch it. So I guess there's a little pressure there too.
Well,
so
even like you break one little seam on how they have it set, you're gone because there's the kicker's only there to stop you.
Yep. Everyone's coming to get you.
Right? Yeah.
They're so close. There's no circle into where you're going.
Yep. There's no
go.
containment. You find a little crease, and if you break that, you gone. You know? Yeah.
And if the ball is kicked into the end zone, it's downed as a major touchback, and the ball is actually placed at the 35.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, I would still kick it. Say screw it, because where do they get the ball? Usually the 20. Say they usually get up to the 35 anyway. Might as well take it at 35.
I just want to see returns.
Let me see here. Yeah, the NBA All-Star Weekend happened.
Yep.
What was it, in Chicago?
Yep.
Yeah, Chicago. Yep.
How about that anthem though? First, before.
Oh my God!
What the fuck is she doing?
Might as well start with it.
Shaka
Here,
Khan?
let's take a listen.
Whoa, say does that star-spangled banner, yeah,
I couldn't watch it. I felt like so weird.
It was
so cringy. I couldn't take it. I had to leave.
I'm thinking to myself,
I had to leave.
this is not the time for you to showcase how much you can sing, how well you can
Your
sing back in the
range.
70s.
How well? That was
It's
terrible.
Shaka Khan.
I mean, she could sing back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But this is not that time. I mean, I understand you wanted to do a little bit of a range thing here on the pitch of it. I get that. But to change the way it sounds in and of itself is a little much.
It felt violated.
I mean,
Violated my national anthem.
I would boo the fuck out of her at that game.
Dude,
I would boo her hard.
As soon as it ended, all the players just took off the
Not
court.
even.
That's
Not
stupid.
even.
The sign.
I was going to say that too.
Right.
Before she even got done with her, actually ending it, the players were like, "Okay, I think this is done now."
Like
Because
first
the hell is
Fergie, now this shit.
Well,
Come
that was
on.
the thing with Fergie singing it. They all were just like, "What the hell's going on?"
Draymond Green was actually laughing at her.
And that's the thing. They probably wanted to get away from the camera, so you'd be like, "What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? Did you see that bitch?"
Shaka cannot sing.
No, that was bad.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
So what a great way to start All-Star.
Yeah,
I
right.
was like, wow, that game.
Set the tone.
Well, the game was good. We'll get into the game,
Yes,
but let's
yeah,
talk about Saturday night.
So for Saturday night, I don't know how these orders go for which competition starts first, but we'll do
Was
the
it
challenge.
skills?
Skills
Skills
3-point
Skills
dunk.
goes first.
Skills.
Yeah, so Bama Bio, the Heat, defeated Sabonis Jijibamos. Sabonis Jababonis. Domantas Sabonis from the Pacers.
That was the last two battles on the skills competition. The last two head-to-heads were pretty good.
Yep.
Middleton and Sabonis, that was a pretty good battle. And with Bam and Siakam, that was pretty good. You know, they were both trying to squeeze in that last shot to make it, but at the end of the day, the skills competition was kind of lame.
It is lame, but I mean, you know, the funny part about it is the big guys take it super serious.
Yeah, that's what
I'm all about this.
Yeah, it's the big forwards. The only I think Patrick Beverly was like the only like point guard in there.
Probably.
You know,
I mean, at the same time, he's not really your typical.
Right.
I take the ball and handle it a lot point guard. You know what I mean?
I just kind of miss the Steve Nash and CP3 days.
Mm-hmm. Exactly, when they were going head to head and they were actually legit running Dwayne Wade.
Right.
These guys were actually going at it
behind the back passes and shit. That
was the hard part was the passes. I always said that's what screws everyone up. But they hit those right away.
Well,
now.
it's an easy just chest pass.
Yeah.
Boom, here you go. And then
Exactly.
let me weave in between these things, and then oh shit, we gotta hit a breakaway three right now. You know, that was the toughest part about it. But it was pretty fun watching those two battle. You know, the last couple rounds. There we go. Those are the words.
And then let me see. I was a Taco Bell skills channel. The Mountain Dew 3-point contest. Mountain Dew 3-point contest. Buddy Hield of the Kings defeated future Timberwolf Devin Booker.
Right, let's go.
Which was great because it was one of those, this has to go or he loses.
Yeah, last shot.
Those are my favorite.
I mean, Buddy Hield's fun to watch. You know, he's shooting.
Yeah, Sam called it. He picked Buddy Hield.
Nice.
I also picked Buddy Hield.
You also picked two people, Sam. So.
I said either or, but
Either
I
or,
did say
sure.
I don't
picked
know.
all
I forget
eight of
which
them.
one I said, but
I'm
I
pretty
definitely
sure,
Buddy
actually,
Hield.
if we go back, you said Buddy Hield and number 2, Devin Booker.
No, I think I said Joe Harris.
Oh,
Joe
maybe.
Harris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joe Harris.
Well,
There it is.
hey,
But still.
I picked one of the two. That's not
Yeah.
bad.
That's pretty good
Yeah.
considering there's only 8 guys. I mean, your odds are pretty good when you pick 2, Sam.
And then Aaron Gordon got fucking railed again.
Oh, the AT&T Slam Dunk Contest.
Yeah.
I like saying
So
I like saying the ads with the names. They're so stupid.
Not sponsored by.
Or not sponsored by yet. AT&T. But yeah, I don't think he got screwed. Derrick Jones Jr. had better dunks.
Hey,
No, I don't think so.
One thing,
You're not
I'm-
fucking meds.
I'm calling for the abolishment of jumping over people.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's
Let's
not
see
even
some
jumping over people.
Right. I mean, the one where he had the mascot spinning around on the hoverboard. Okay, that's kind of
That
cool.
was cool.
That was cool.
You know,
I give you that.
but dude, jumping over people has been so worn out. I mean, Taco Fall, yeah, he's a freaking skyscraper, but still, I mean,
You put your nuts on the back of his neck.
Right.
He didn't jump over Taco Fall. Just
Yeah.
saying. You know what I mean? That's the
Yeah.
thing I don't like about the I jumped over this guy. Be like, he jumped over Taco Fall
oh my
and didn't
god,
win. No,
I
he
remember
didn't
when
jump over
Blake
Taco Fall.
Griffin
I was just
jumped
gonna say
over
that.
a Kia.
Yeah.
That should have been the end of it.
That is, I loved that. If
Or-
you're going to do something, jump over an object like that, not a person where you can lift off of them.
Yeah, see,
and
I'm
go
the
in.
complete opposite. I think the jumping over the Kia was probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Well, yeah,
didn't really
then
jump
look what
over
it. Look what it started. Yeah,
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When he brought those out and then brought out the choir and sang in the background when he jumped over that stupid car, like, wow, NBA really is pushing ads hard here.
Yeah, Kia was a big
Yeah.
sponsor that year.
They are forever.
I don't know. I
It's
still
like-
think overall there should have been another dunk off. I think that they both deserved a 48 for that, not less.
Well,
I think it was still an impressive dunk, and
I think-
even the other final one wasn't that great either.
well, what D-Wade said is like I forget who dunked, but he gave him a lower score, and he's like, "What do you take off for missing the first one?" You know, and I think that's kind
a
of
good
what
point.
D-Wade kind of factored in because he missed the first one. You know,
Yeah,
so.
if you're not dunking on the first try, you lose factor. You lose
You
the
should.
wow of it.
Yeah,
and
you
I
should.
agree. That's how it should go.
Well, and that's
how it normally goes, honestly. If you think about it, a lot of times it's not the wow factor anymore. It's just
Right.
the can
The
you do it
execution,
anymore?
right?
Well, and I think that's why the Zach LaVine, Aaron Gordon dunk off was the best.
Right,
They were
absolutely.
hitting on the
Yeah.
first try
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, I actually think that Zach LaVine did win.
I
I
agree.
wasn't partial as a basketball fan. I
Yep.
was partial as
I
Zach
was.
or as Aaron Gordon couldn't have done those dunks that Zach LaVine did.
Right.
So obviously, but I think this go around, Aaron Gordon had some better dunks
Yeah,
for
creativity-
the final dunk.
For creativity, when they had that, let's go back to that real quick. For the creativity of the dunks that Aaron Gordon won, he won on creativity.
Sure.
If you're giving the award for creativity.
Sure.
But execution and
Difficulty.
goes to Levine.
It did.
Yeah.
It did.
Yeah.
Between legs from the free throw line, sure, I give you that 4 or 5 inches in. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Well,
A
this
windmill
goes.
from actually on the line.
Well, this goes in regards to pushing off too and jumping over people. Yeah,
Right.
it was impressive when
Yeah.
he jumped over the mascot and went underneath the legs, but
Yes.
he pushed up and over to
propelled
get that
himself
high in
over.
the air.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So did you really jump
And
over and go up under your legs? No, you didn't.
Right, and it's all in his form, how he goes up. He's basically in a sitting position over the mascot, just grabbing the ball.
Yeah, as he pushed up
Yeah.
with the hand, right,
Agreed.
and came under. I think Aaron Gordon ran out of dunks.
And that's exactly what it
Yeah.
looked like.
It-
The dunk he did was cool, but it wasn't 50 worthy
No.
compared to what Zach LaVine was throwing down.
The
Right.
dude has hops for days.
Yeah.
Aaron Gordon
He's
cannot
dunking when he's
compete
coming
with
up.
that.
He's still on the rise when he's dunking the ball.
He
Right.
could take
I
a
think-
full step behind the free throw line and still dunk it.
Yeah.
Like not Michael Jordan from it, full on behind it.
Bro,
Exactly.
he just before the All-Star game put out a video where he almost did a 360 from the free throw line.
He barely missed.
Yeah, right.
Barely. Yeah, you have
Super
to be
athletic.
athletic, and you have to be able to shoot threes.
Just look
That's
at
the
Cat.
NBA thing.
Right.
Look at Embiid. I mean, these guys are way more athletic than
They're huge.
Wilt Chamberlain
But
was.
they're
I'm
also
sorry.
they're athletic. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, it's just a different ball game,
Yeah. And
competition's
also,
harder too.
what else is different ball game is the All-Star game format.
Oh my
Oh
god!
yes, sir.
Yeah,
I got
crazy.
a little bit to say on
Yeah,
that.
Team LeBron played Team Freak, or as Sam likes to call him, Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm just kidding. I call him that because I don't know how to pronounce it anyway.
Yeah.
But due to the new rule change of the way the formats were run,
Yep.
Team LeBron won on a free throw.
Yep.
Which is kind of interesting to me. I do like the fact that that they played defense for once.
Yeah,
That was the one thing I did like. Although I will say this, if they did this next year, no one's going to give a shit. Do you want to know why I say this?
Yeah.
Why?
Because this is the first All-Star game after Kobe Bryant died, and they named it the
Right.
Kobe Bryant Award. This is the first one ever. They cared.
Yeah.
Because this is the Kobe Bryant All-Star game. They
Yeah.
wanted to win this one.
Yeah.
That's why they all cared.
Well, I mean, interesting little factoid here. So Kobe's first point in the NBA was at the free throw line. Kobe passed Jordan in scoring,
Sorry.
shooting a free throw. Kobe's 81st point was a free throw.
Free throw, yeah.
And the last point in the
To win
ending the
his
All-Star
All-Star
game,
game.
his All-Star game was a free throw.
Now, it'd only be cool if Kawhi Leonard made the free throw. Because Kawhi Leonard ended up winning the first ever Kobe Bryant All-Star
Yeah.
Game
Right.
award.
Oh, his
and
last
MVP
his
award.
last ever point as well. So when he had
Also,
his last ever point,
that's
Kobe
another
was
big
a
one.
free throw.
That'd be
So
cool.
interesting, right? It's
That'd
just,
be the only thing that would complete that circle for me would be the Kawhi one.
Yeah.
But also, that's really cool that that's kind of the way it goes there. I do.
well,
like
I
that.
mean, it's going to be issued every year now as
Every
the
year,
as
right.
the award. So why not do the 24?
right
Now let's go into it though. What did we think about the format though?
I didn't tune in because I don't have TNT. I only
Right.
got to see highlights.
Okay. Okay.
For somebody, I would call myself a casual basketball fan.
Sure.
I watch the Wolves, and for someone that really didn't know what was going on too much, the first few quarters kind of just seemed like the past All-Star games.
Normal.
I
No
watched
defense,
I watched the
jacking up
beginning of
threes.
it. Yeah, and I was like, oh, but when they turned it on in the fourth quarter, that was a lot of fun to watch.
I liked that.
CP lighting up for 7 threes. I mean, come on, and he getting up on an alley-oop too. That was fun to watch.
I was actually curious on why he was even in the game at that point. They're
Right.
much better players than
Yeah,
CP3
yeah.
right now,
Right.
to finish the game.
But
Everyone-
still, yeah, and just I think it started with the captains and just the will to actually want to play. I know it meant a lot to probably LeBron, and everybody else, but just with Giannis and LeBron actually playing. Giannis blocking LeBron down
That
low.
was awesome.
That just the other guys oh shit, they're here to play. Let's play. But it just kind of sucked
Yep.
that it took until the fourth quarter for it to actually get going because it was actually a lot of fun to watch.
But then again, I mean, the NBA All-Star festivities,
Right.
unlike the NFL, are in the middle of the season.
Right.
Yep,
Right.
yep,
Absolutely.
So I get it. Some people want the game to be more competitive. Some people are cool with it being more of a show off, like check out what we can do.
Right.
It definitely did make the game more interesting in the end. Obviously, right. The thing is, what happens because they're all athletes, they want to compete, right? They always want to win.
Yeah. Right.
So if you make it a super competitive game and they're playing for hundreds of thousands of dollars towards charities, and if they lose, they're going to be
Charities.
like, crap,
Yeah.
we shouldn't lose. What's going to happen when next year they do this? It gets super competitive again, and James Harden goes down with
someone
an
blows out
injury
their-
and gets
their
ruined
knee.
and
Well,
ruins their title run for next year.
I mean-
are they going to readdress? Should the All-Star game really be that competitive, or is it just an opportunity for the league to show off its best players and have something for fun?
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be that, it's always going to be that talk, fourth preseason game in football,
Exactly.
You got your
Rest
spring
boys.
training, there's always going to be that. I mean, it's the same with hockey, and with hockey too, they send them to the Olympics as well, but it just, I guess, falls on the players, Though I usually love the All-Star weekend to watch, the skills competition, the dunk contest, the 3 points, and then
Stuff you
the
watched as a
All-Star,
kid. I love that.
Yeah, and then the All-Star games just, kind of, whatever. But, to have the All-Star game actually be fun to watch, too,
it makes it a good weekend.
It's good. And, there's anybody, playing in the skills competition, the 3-point contest, the dunk contest, even if they're not even playing D or, being lackadaisical, like a normal All-Star game, you can still blow out an ACL. That's a non-contact type deal. That's mostly a freak type of injury. Unless you land wrong.
That's true.
There's always a chance for I could walk out of this house and blow up my ACL.
True. That's just there's ice on the ground.
Yeah, and I'm a superior athlete as well. But
top of the line.
But
bud.
yeah, there's always that factor, and there's always going to be that scare in it. If you don't want to come and play, just hang out, have some drinks, and enjoy the festivities. As a player, because you get a week off. How often you get a week off in the middle of your season?
Exactly.
To rest and stuff like that. So
I mean, it definitely made it interesting. So
Yeah.
I agree, and that was the thing
It
too.
worked.
I thought about the game is they needed to do something because fans obviously have been crying for something more fun to watch. Like when you watch the playoffs, those are fun games to watch because guys are diehard going after it. You know what I mean? I had a little bit of a feel of a playoff atmosphere at the end of that fourth quarter.
Yeah.
it was.
I really enjoyed watching.
It was fun.
Kawhi Leonard won the MVP, though. He was the first one to win the very first Kobe Bryant All-Star Game MVP award, becoming only the second player to win an NBA history to win NBA Finals MVP, an All-Star Game MVP, and Defensive Player of the Year. Do you guys know who the other guy was?
MJ.
MJ. Yep.
MJ.
MJ is the only other player to ever do that. It's kind of cool.
He was raining threes.
He was doing a good job.
And he did it without a smile. I don't think he cracked a smile once.
It's so funny. But overall, All-Star Weekend, you guys enjoyed it?
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
fun.
for sure.
It was fun.
That was fun
enjoy what
watching
comes
still.
Yeah.
All right, rapid
All right, here
fire
we go.
news.
All right,
Oh, shit.
rapid fire NFL news.
All right. I don't know. Stephon Diggs. I don't think he's going anywhere. Yeah, he cleaned his Instagram, but I've seen reports that Vikings would trade him for the right draft pick. And
So in a sense, he is being rumored that he's not unavailable.
it would be a stretch for them to trade him. And honestly, what does Stephon Diggs? He's making money here. He's got a good system here. If we trade him for the right draft pick, he's going to a crappy team.
Right.
So does
Yeah.
he want to leave a possible playoff contender
For the
to go
Bengals?
play for the Bengals? Maybe the Redskins he would want to because that's his home team, but that's
Maybe.
about it.
Yeah, but I think the reason why we wouldn't have to trade him anymore is because Everson Griffin
Yep.
declined his, 3-year whatever
Yeah,
deal. Gives us like 14 mil in cap.
13 mil, and I've heard of that they're going to drop Rhodes.
They
and
should.
which is a given.
They should.
Possibly Linval, and that's going to
Wouldn't surprise me. He's older.
We could possibly be going after Linval, Rhodes, and Everson. We could go into the offseason, the free agency with about $34 million in cap,
Which is huge.
which
Wow.
is huge.
Huge.
Oh, and also Reef. That's who I forgot to mention.
Thank
So-
God, get rid of him.
That's
Yeah.
fine. I'm fine with that. Drew Brees decided he's going to come back for one more year to lose at the playoffs to the Vikings. What do you guys think?
Yeah, if the
Sounds
Vikes
good.
make it, but yeah, good luck to him.
Yeah, crap,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Phillip Rivers is looking for a new team. Probably going to go
Well
to-
overdue.
Yep, he's probably going to retire. I don't think anyone's going to sign him,
No, and honestly, yeah,
which is fine.
I'd be surprised if no one did.
Well,
maybe
maybe
he'll
this-
get picked up.
Yeah, I mean,
Yep.
maybe the DC Defenders could grab him. The SFL,
Hey, sign the deal.
whatever it takes.
Right.
Tampa Bay Vipers. Greg Olson signed with the Seattle Sea Ducks.
That guy is still playing football.
Yeah, Greg
Yeah,
Olson.
way to go.
Didn't he
Right.
retire
He
for a
did-
year?
No.
No, that was
he was
uh,
hurt and he
the
broadcasted.
Cowboys kid.
Oh, he
Cowboys
was hurt
man.
and he broadcasted. I saw him
Yeah.
broadcasting. I was like,
Yeah,
isn't
yeah.
he? Makes sense now.
Josh Norman getting cut by a Riverboat Ron 2 times.
Which is crazy to me. I would think that they want to keep their good players, but you know what? Maybe not. But the funny thing is they cut Norman, but they kept Adrian Peterson. So
Hey, they picked up his option.
yeah, might as well.
Yep.
What do you got to lose?
Way to go, AP. Get
Oh,
those
cool.
records.
Cam Newton's probably going to find his way out of Carolina one way or another. I don't think they're going to keep him there.
He's
maybe.
making too much money.
Yeah, and he didn't even play last year. Yeah. Let me see. Oh, here's a cool, funny story. A super fan for the Chiefs Got an Andy Reid and a Patrick Mahomes, the Mandalorian themed tattoo that's getting called the best sports tattoo in the history of sports.
It really is.
I've seen it. It's
It's
cool.
so
it's
good.
cool.
It's an awesome tattoo. Got me
I-
thinking.
I always think everybody's Super Bowl tattoos before their team won are the best sports tattoos.
Oh man,
True.
the balls
Just
on those
the
guys.
just the regret.
The nuts on those dudes, though. I'm gonna get a Vikings tattoo for next year. We
Might as
got it
well.
this
Let's
year.
go.
It's our year, I
Then
think.
you can cross it out and put the next one on there until they finally make it.
Yeah.
and
They have
choke.
50 X's on there.
Yeah,
right.
That's so funny.
And then out of the NHL, Bruce Boudreau got canned by the Wild. What are you guys' thoughts on that, Ryan? I know you're a big hockey fan.
Yeah, I mean, Bruce has been a good coach. It's kind of sad to see him go, but with the new GM, you always, of course, they want their own guy. But just the story on Bruce leaving is kind of comical. From what I've heard or read, is Bill came into his office, closed the door, and basically Bruce says, "What, are you going to fire me?" And he says, "Yes, I'm going to move on." And Bruce responds, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And then
Joking my ass.
he's choking my ass right now.
Are you joking my ass?
And apparently he goes and locks himself into solitude for 52 hours straight.
Oh, I don't blame him. I'd be
Jeez.
pissed too.
Poor Bruce, he's old as he is, but that just adds to Bruce is always a character. I loved his time here. It was fun having him. He was a good coach, but at the end of the day, not getting it done. His track record, with the Caps, couldn't do it. With the Ducks, he just couldn't get over the hump. And same
Yep.
with the Wild. And I think the Wild are kind of moving more towards a rebuild type deal.
Yeah.
The only
And,
problem is they got anchored down by these massive 2 contracts.
Yes, which I would guess that they're going to try and move on from that. I mean, Parisi and Suter, they're old, they're past their
Shit.
prime.
How many years do
and,
they have left in those deals?
Right.
6
Well, that's
plus
the
years?
crappy thing about those kind of
They're
contracts, and
huge.
like with Mauer too. Why sign a dude to it? Like even Bryce Harper with that massive contract. Yeah, it might be all right now, but in 4 years, once they're old and wrinkly, the contract never justifies the means in the end, and that's all. The only thing people remember, is the later years, that they were just mediocre. Nobody remembers when like when they signed Joe Mauer, MVP, perennial batting title contender, all that
Yeah.
kind of crap. Parisi just came off of a cup. Suter,
Yep.
big time free agent. Olympians,
Hometown
yeah,
boys.
Yeah, right. You can't
Huge
pass
reason
it
why
up.
they
But it's
got
just the contracts. But I don't know. I just don't like those long term.
I think Mauer, in a sense, earned that contract. Towards the end, if he didn't get hurt, moving him to first base was a mistake. I think we could have probably done better in the long run there. Obviously, we were in a rebuild, so naturally, when you got a big contract on the books and a team and a owner that's not willing to shell out money, you're going to get that. With the Wild, though, they were really bringing in 2 huge prospects, and I think at the end of the day, they were trying to put asses in the seats. Is what they were trying to do.
They were trying to win a cup at that point. We got the 2 biggest guys on the market. And when that came out, I was like Stanley Cup or bust, and it never came to fruition. And it sucks to see our guys go that are like Zucker and all those guys, but at the same time, it's not working out.
Dog.
It's not working out, they're being dealt to contenders. I mean,
Sure.
Zucker gets to go to the Penguins, who will contend for a Stanley Cup. Even look back to last year, Coyle goes to the Bruins. That's a good team to go to.
Niederreiter went to Carolina.
Yeah, they're a playoff team.
Granlund went to
the
Nashville.
Predators.
Boom.
They're good trades for everybody, aside from I think Victor asked for Nino. But other than that, and maybe Donato isn't as great as Coyle could have been. But at the same time, we put a lot into Coyle and it never panned out. And
No.
Donato's got a good shot, and just last night he put a filthy move in the shootout. And it just to see them go away from that kind of stuff. It hasn't been working out in the past, and hopefully this is a sign that we're going to be better, in years to come. Which I'm totally. I don't want to see them get swept in the first round or just barely
So
squeak
bored.
by. Yeah, it's it's
Sick
not
of
fun.
seeing that. Like you said, with the team that we've been putting out there, I mean, you're making a first round, going to the playoffs is cool, but losing in the first round's not. It may
No,
be different if
right.
you made a finals appearance or
Right,
you got to the cup or you did it once or twice. But in the what has it been? Almost 10 years since you've had these guys here building this system, you haven't made it past the second round.
Yeah, we had 6 straight playoff appearances before last year when we finally missed one. 6 straight playoff appearances and like maybe one first round win. Yeah,
And we play, and then we played the Hawks and they smoked us.
Yeah, and they smoked us. And I guess maybe 2 of them when we beat the Avalanche and got beat by the Blues.
That's right. Yeah,
You
I do remember that.
Yeah, and so there's
Which was
that.
awesome.
I mean,
that was really cool. That was like one of the early early playoff runs, wasn't it? Was that one?
No, we got beat down by the Blackhawks early, and then just a few years ago it was the Blues.
Okay.
But always beating the Avalanche in the playoffs is always a plus, though.
Absolutely.
Beating the Avalanche anyway, and ending Patrick Waugh's career because he's a punk.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
He was so pissed.
Yeah.
He was so pissed.
We ended his playing career as a goalie and his coaching career, so at least we got that.
And that's your sports. Beep, 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 beep. We head on down to Gaber for the Port Report on location. Gaber, what do you got for us?
I'm here outside Victus Brewing with my brand new fiance because she said yes.
Congratulations!
All right. Live
My
and
man.
on the spot.
You heard it here first on the Portside Boys. Gaber's getting married.
So please send your gifts to 555.
He's just kidding, kinda. He means my address. Well, congratulations, Gabe. Super proud of you. I'm really happy for you, bud. We love you.
Yeah, I love you.
Love you, boys.
All right.
All right, that was good.
That's great news from the
quick.
Port Report there. It wasn't
Congratulations to
Sam,
Gaber
Don't
Yeah,
be so angry over there. We know you still have to
and
go to
his
work.
lovely
know-
fiance.
We know, yeah, his lovely
Well, not for an
fiance.
hour, but yeah. Or actually over an hour if I want.
That was a good one. But now, the time you've all been waiting for, our draft segment.
All right, so what's the order going to be?
Since I'm the youngest, it'll be Zach, then Sam, then Nate, then Ryan finishing up the top four.
I like it.
We'll spin the wheel of topics here. Got this beautiful wheel in front of us.
Oh, wait, that's not. The best rack.
Best rack.
Greatest invention.
All right.
The
I could do
greatest
that.
invention.
I could do that.
Before we get into this, we'll let the guys look it over for a minute. In the meantime,
This podcast is sponsored by Mini Mart. Check out their Minnesota-themed gifts and Minnesota apparel. Go ahead and enter in Portside Boys at checkout and get 20% off. That's minimart.com. MINNYMART.com. Mini Mart, Minnesota everything.
At least we get back-to-backs here, Zach.
we do get back-to-backs, but in the third round, it's going to suck. Because I
For
feel
you.
like it's going to be... Yeah, I'm
solid. Like, I'm good. I got plenty.
I'm just a bad picker.
I don't even
know
how to spell invention.
I'm gonna. Oh
Just
shit!
kidding, I can.
I spelled it intervention. I'm sorry.
Intervention. Oh, that's why you brought me.
I'd
here.
say the
And we're going to bring in Maori live.
Laura, come on out.
Oh, Jesus, I knew this was a setup.
Bring Reggie.
Fuck, I'm screwed.
Damn it, in front of Reggie.
I'm jumping out that window.
I gotta go. All right.
It's just what I've
So
been told.
the best interventions starts with Ryan's right now. Ryan, you know.
I still love you.
I mean, we're here because we care about you.
Is that how it starts?
I think so. I've watched the show a couple
If
times.
it was an intervention for me or for one of you guys, it'd be like, all right, so anyone need drinks? Not you, Ryan, but anyone need
Help yourself. Right.
Go out to the bar behind the thing. Ryan, you guys stay there.
Right, don't move.
Would
Right.
you like a glass of water?
All right, we're glad we invited you here for Beer Olympics. Not you, but us.
I'll
You got a
judge.
referee.
I'll be the sober judge. Somebody's got to keep control over here.
That's
True
true.
that. All right, Zach, so you're going to head here with the first pick.
Yeah.
What do you
First
got?
number one pick I've ever had.
Ooh,
Thank you very much.
nice.
I'd like to appreciate
Wow.
that.
Let's see how you
Don't
handle
squander
it.
it.
Yeah.
So
right?
This is gonna go.
it's going to be
Russell
a
on
really
bit.
good, the best inventions of all time.
Okay.
Right?
Greatest invention.
What do you got?
The internet.
Oh,
Dang
internet.
it.
That's a great
I was
one.
going to roll with that number one.
Of course. Who
Internet.
wouldn't pick the internet?
That's not my first pick, but I do like that.
Good, good. Sam, what do you got for your second pick?
What do you got
for your
for the
first
second
pick?
overall pick? First pick, yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
I was going to roll with the internet as well.
That's
I mean,
great.
without that, you guys wouldn't be listening to us today.
True.
So, I have to go with fire.
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 You're
Going
going way back into
One
BC.
barbarian
Yeah,
area.
right.
Okay.
Without fire, there's no internet. So, what's up?
True that.
True.
Somebody's over there stoking the coals to make sure these fucking airwaves are tight.
Speaking
you know?
of fire, Nate's got his next pick, the Fire Fest. No! I'm just kidding.
Burning Man.
Nate, who has the third pick.
Yes.
Which is me. Oh,
That's
I got
you.
the third pick. All right. I'm going to go with the Declaration of Independence. The greatest creation ever.
I like
is
it.
The best invention is the Declaration of
The
Independence.
I
best
like it.
invention.
Hands down.
Oh, God. All right.
Best invention.
I like
You
it.
know,
We'll take
was
it.
invented.
I mean, hey,
It
I'll
was
take it.
We'll take that
fantastic.
shit. I love it.
For sure.
I'm
Love
gonna go a little bit more practical.
Yeah.
How about a microwave?
Microwave. That's a good one.
Let's
Bro.
go. Thought that.
Bro, for sure.
Especially since he has 2 picks in a row. So first round.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Bruh. So Zach had the number one pick going with internet. Sam had fire. Nate had the Declaration of Independence. And Ryan had that good old-fashioned microwave.
Solid options, boys.
Yeah,
That's
great
a
first
great
round.
first round.
Absolutely.
All right, kick us off here with the second round. What do you got, Ryan?
I'm gonna undercut Zach's here. Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, dog. That's
Whoa.
huge.
All right.
You didn't cover it. You didn't.
Nice.
I didn't cover the spectrum.
You did.
True.
Of
Internet.
invention.
Is that
I mean,
dial-up? Is that?
Hey, you're very
Wi-Fi is
true.
not technically. I mean, it's internet, but
It's a different
it's an
invention.
access
It really
to
is.
the internet.
Correct.
Right.
It's
You
an
could get on
invention.
the internet with dial-up, but Wi-Fi, and you can do it remotely and wirelessly. It's different.
And talk on the phone at the same time.
Exactly.
Oh
yeah.
my
No,
God.
Mom, I'm on AIM with Brittany. Get off the fucking phone.
So true, though. God, Brittany wanted it.
Brittany, if you're listening.
Megan, get off the line. Brittany needs it.
Jesus.
Just kidding.
Nate.
Oh, no. All right. Oh, crap. Okay, so, oh, man, he went with Wi-Fi. God. Microwaves and Wi-Fi. I got to pander here to
Dude,
get some votes.
all
I
over the
think.
place.
Yeah, you're crazy. Man, so going with the Wi-Fi is a great pick, back-to-back. Paired it up with, oh, man. All right, so I got to pander a little bit. I'm going to say greatest invention ever is America.
So you're going with the Declaration of Independence, which created America, and then you're going with America.
America.
Terrific.
You guys are so screwed. With the 4th of July right around the corner here.
If you go against Nate, you're possibly a terrorist.
Second Amendment's coming in hot, boys. You best be ready.
Well, you already covered it with the Declaration of Independence.
Bills of Rights. Bills of Rights.
Yeah, Bill of Rights are
So the
next.
Bill of Rights is next, and
Yep.
they finally jump with
The
America.
House of Representatives.
Whatever, dude. I'm going to say next Donald Trump's best invention.
Oh, gosh.
Sammer, what do you got for us?
I'm gonna keep it Stone Age and go with the wheel.
I knew it. I knew it was coming from you. Legit
Why
inventions,
not? Why
man.
not?
God, legit inventions. That's really good. I like that. Okay, so who's next here?
I have two picks in a row, but
That's true.
we're going to finish up the second round here. I'm going to go with satellites.
Ooh.
That's really impressive.
Okay. Sputnik.
Sputnik style.
Commie?
I mean, yeah. Only the commie.
Yeah, only the commie satellites.
Come on. I mean, I'm not as America as Nate here. So.
Satellites.
No chance.
All right, so the
I got
second
everything
round. So the second round, Ryan started off with Wi-Fi. Nate had America. Fuck yeah! Sam had the wheel, and Zach finished up with satellites. So I'll have the first pick of the final round here,
right.
and I'm not too sure what I'm going to go with. There's a lot of good options left on the table.
We know, go ahead and talk them out if you need to. That way we get ourselves brewing here, get ourselves stirring with some good
Possibly
options.
steal
True,
some of
yeah.
your
So like I
ideas.
was thinking maybe a car, but
that's
it's
good.
wheels. So it's how far back do you want to go wheels?
Well, I mean, wheel was a
wheels drive
wagon.
cars.
You could use a wagon.
A
you could
wagon
use
with a horse. I mean, cars really revolutionized how fast you could travel, but also planes revolutionized how far and fast you could
Planes are
travel.
a solid option.
And then with time travel machines coming out within the next 5 years, scientists say it's like, you know, sources nobody just.
Greatest invention so far. I thought we were doing, because if we're doing that, I got other things in mind.
I forget about the patent for America, though.
What's that? The patent? The patent is called the Declaration of Independence.
I fucking love it.
my gosh.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. He just
Boom.
absolutely wins it.
Yeah.
All right, Zach, here we go.
So
Boom.
I'm gonna have to go with sliced bread.
Oh, boy. Here we go.
The greatest in sliced bread,
Love
dog.
it.
I like your style.
So stupid. Sanford, what do you got for us, bud?
I'm gonna have to go with something that also profoundly changed the way that we lived, and go with electricity.
Oh, electricity. Wow, look at you going with the basic shit, bitch.
Fire, wheel, electricity.
Well, you don't
Hey,
say.
I'm gonna say I built the foundations of all the rest of
You
your
did.
picks.
You
so
did. I
what's up?
mean,
I don't know how America was built on the wheel, but okay.
Nate, what do you got for us?
Oh, I got the next one here.
Yep.
Well, you know,
Do
I
it to
think
him.
that
Do it to him.
I should do it. I
it
should.
to
I
him.
should go hard.
You
Eagle
should go
screech
hard.
Do the Bill of
background,
Rights.
Bill of Rights. The video that shows how a bill is made.
I am a bill on Capitol Hill.
But I know I'll be a law someday. At least I hope and pray that I will. But today I am still just a bill.
You know, yeah, great video. Everyone knows it. I'm gonna go with my cell phone. I'd
Nice.
say
Good
cell
pick.
phone is
Yeah.
a solid
Really
one.
good pick.
Yep.
They said back in the day, they're like, how you want to carry around a device with you everywhere you go back then?
You mean you're going to send a pigeon to my house every time you want to talk to me?
Right? Yeah.
Beep, 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 beep.
Morse code.
Yep.
True. All right, to finish up the draft here, Ryan will have the final pick. What is the last invention you're going to pick here,
Well,
Ryan?
you literally can talk it out because we can't take any.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
so
I know,
whatever.
right?
I mean, Zach brought up planes. That's a solid one.
I'm going
But
up
then
some
he went
runner.
with
I'm
sliced
going over
bread.
some runner-ups. Let's not help him because people are going to vote. So let's not help him. But we'll definitely let's go over some runner-ups after.
All right.
this.
I got a
Absolutely.
ton of mine. I got a ton of mine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay, here we go. Indoor plumbing.
Oh,
I was
Indoor
gonna say-
I was going to say
plumbing.
toilet. I was
Toilet?
going to say
Oh.
toilet. Oh,
Thank you, Thomas Crapper.
Oh,
Thank you to the Romans.
that's a great one.
Skin. I don't know who invented toilets.
Alcohol. Solid. Creator.
Easy.
Yeah, for
Yep.
sure. So before that, though, we'll just round up
about
the
Canada?
draft
What is
here.
that?
So this draft of inventions, though, we had 12 picks, right?
Right.
And I started us off round 1 with the internet, round 2 with satellites, and round 3 with sliced bread.
It's good.
I went with the basic bitch route. With fire, the wheel, and electricity.
Shit. Sorry. Give me a second. I
Can't remember 3 things that you just said.
Well, my things that I drafted were the Declaration of Independence, America, got me going, and the cell phone.
And a cell phone.
All right.
All right.
I went with the old microwave, Wi-Fi, and indoor plumbing.
Nice.
Things I use on the daily. So great inventions.
Okay, guys, I got one. Would you rather get a massage from a man or surgery from a female doctor?
Wow. Like minor surgery?
No, serious surgery, like a blown kidney or something.
Jeez.
Good question, Peter. Is the man gay?
Nope.
Is the female doctor at least Jewish or Asian?
No, but actually, you know what? I'm going to take it up a notch. Hispanic female doctor or gay male masseuse?
Hispanic from Spain?
No.
So it's basically, would you rather get a massage from a gay man or die?
All right, guys, just a little bit of a heads up this week. The Would You Rathers are going to be a little bit explicit.
All right, we're gonna start off on the low end, and we'll kind of build ourselves up. All right, you guys ready?
Yep.
Let's go.
All right, the first one is: would you rather have sex with anyone you want or transport anywhere in the world?
Transport.
Sex.
Really?
Sex.
Well, I'm married now, so transport.
That's more reason to have sex with anybody.
If
you
I
want.
was single, sex.
I will go with teleportation.
Absolutely.
Again, contrary to popular.
All right, so it's like I like to add these things. They're super cool. Is it sex one time or transport one time, or
No,
is it like wherever you want?
unlimited.
Sex with one person whenever you want.
Sex with anybody you want, anytime you want, or be able to transport anywhere, anytime you want.
Sorry, but if I
Sex.
can transport anywhere I want, whenever I want, I'm having sex with anyone I want, whenever I want.
Well, I'm going to limit and say.
Hey, baby, you want to go to Chili's right now? Boom. Look at that.
Gotcha.
Chili's.
Fucking
Yeah.
nailed
But
it.
gonna
then you
get
gotta
you
wait
some.
for it.
Chill-
Then you
no,
gotta wait
you.
for it.
Chili's.
You. It doesn't say that you can.
Chili's, nice.
If you can, it doesn't mean you get to like touch everyone and
Right.
everyone transport.
Okay,
you
so-
just get to.
All right, all my homies, come here. Let's go.
Yeah, right.
Grab my hand.
Everybody hold hands.
Go to the club.
I'm gonna say if
No
you
drunk
listen,
driving.
I'm gonna say if you listen to this draft segment, I'm already in America, so I don't need to go anywhere else. I'm gonna say the sex.
Sex
I'm
it
gonna
is.
go with the sex.
All right.
Sex.
All right, that was on the lower end. We're building our way
That
up
was
here.
the
Oh my
lower
God,
end?
that was a low.
All right, all right.
Oh, boy.
Would you rather have a threesome with 2 female little people or 2 7 feet tall women?
Oh,
Yikes.
Wow.
I'll go with the little people. You can.
I think I have to
You can
agree on
toss
the
them
little
around.
people.
I
Get
gotta
a
go.
little crazy with
I
it.
gotta go with the 2 women though, because 3 bitches is way too much to handle. And 3 little bitches.
No, I
that's way
said
too
too
much.
small or too tall.
It's a
2
threesome
small or
either
2
way.
tall?
I thought it was 3.
Would you rather
small
have
or
a
2 tall.
threesome with 2 midgets or 2 giants?
And here's the real
Oh,
question.
I thought it was 3
No.
little midgets
No.
or 2. I heard it.
It
wrong.
doesn't
Okay.
matter if it's 2 or 3. I mean,
If it's 3, that's too much to handle, dog. I only got so
I
much
feel
I
like
can
with
do.
the 2 tall chicks, there's too much limbs going on. Shit's gonna get tangled.
I'm
Yeah,
going
I
with the 7
suppose.
footers. So
well, I
I
guess
do suppose if it's 7 footers, I feel like I'm gonna, Amazons. I feel like I'm gonna get dominated. I might have to go with little people. I think now. Damn it, I get talked out of stuff easy.
all right, got the next one. Would you rather shit yourself every time you orgasm, or get a boner every time you see a dude?
oh, damn.
At least you can conceal the boner. You can tuck that sumbitch in the waistband,
So
but you can't hide his shit. You can't hide a poopy pants.
every time I see
You have to get a blumpkin every time.
oh
so
no.
like right now, I'm just rock hard.
Yeah, yep. That's what it would be.
Lots of
Is
dudes.
Is everyone not rock hard right now?
Wait, what? Lots of dudes.
So do you guys get
Wait,
used to my raging boner
That's
after
not,
a while?
That's
or?
not normal, Zach says.
Oh my gosh. Not again.
I'm walking around with a full-on boner every day of the week.
I'm going, 6 to midnight every time I see a dude.
Same. I have to say the same.
I can't deal with the poopy pants.
I'm gonna go with bone skis.
Bone skis.
Yeah, yep.
Unanimous.
Oh, unanimous. Yep.
I can't go against unanimous decision here. I'm like an idiot.
All right. I got another good one. All right, you ready? Would you rather sit on a cake and eat a dick, or sit on a dick and eat a cake?
Oh God!
I'm eating the cake.
I'm eating the cake too. Wait, no.
At least, I mean, you'll get used to it after a while, sitting on the dick, I guess. And you might like it. Who knows? It's 2020. Everything's possible, and you get to eat cake at the same time.
Dick.
So
wow. Is it like just your standard wiener, or is like?
Are we going? Yeah, we're getting into details here.
No.
Oh, okay.
So if we're gonna go with basic
Just think
question
of your own
analogy.
size. Think of your own size.
Wow, this little thing.
That's
I'll take
impressive.
this little thing. I'm gravy, man. Cake's great deal.
I'm not reaching my butthole. I win.
With this little thing, that's nothing. That's easy.
Barely know it's there.
All right, I got
Cake it is.
I have another dick-related one.
All right.
Of course, of course. Why
There's
not?
a theme.
Would you rather have a dick as a nose or a nose as a dick?
I'm
Dick
going
as a nose.
I'm going Squidward all day, boys.
Yeah. Because what if you have a nose as a dick? Are you smelling your own asshole?
Also, if you have a nose as a dick, is your dick also the same size as your nose dick? Because that's impressive.
Let's say yes. Let's say
because
yes.
if you have a nose dick but a tiny penis, but then you have a tiny nose but a big penis, obviously you're going with the tiny nose, big penis.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Going with the penis nose.
Penis nose.
Squidward for days.
Does it get erect when you lie?
Ooh, that's good too.
Or when I
a
eat
good one.
cake.
When I eat cake, someone's got to sit on it first.
Oh, not this again.
Yeah,
Here we go.
Well, all right, the last one I have. It's not necessarily.
The Ron White one, dog.
It's not a would you rather, but it's more of a straight up question.
What do you got?
So, armed with a baseball bat, how many 10-year-olds could you take out?
Well, I mean, if I'm coming across an elementary school playground, all of them.
So, are these the kids from Step Brothers?
Oh, dog.
The bullies? They can
Yeah.
eat white poop?
I got a belly full of white dog shit, and you put this on me?
Yeah, we're not going to take that route anymore. We're going to take the long route.
I'm dual wielding. Probably T-ball bats because I can swing them quicker, and just
sure.
going straight windmill.
All right, how many?
How many could you take on?
Nate's like everybody.
Line them up.
All of them.
I'm taking out at least
All
K.
of them.
I'm taking out at least K through 5.
They gon'.
Sorry, new generation of kids are fucked anyways. We'll just
His name is Ryan McDonough. He lives at. Cops can pick him up there. Come within 500 yards of a school. K to 5.
He's like, you can find a bloody bat at my house.
Yeah, I took all of them out.
We all got bloody bats. You know what I'm saying? You come to my house, you can find a bloody bat at my house.
at my house.
I took them all out.
So, but for real, how many do you think you could legitimately take out before they stormed you or hurt you? I would say
they could
100.
stop me.
100. I would say 100.
It would not be because they stopped me, because I got tired.
Right? Yeah.
But I'd say 100. After swinging a bat 100 times at a 10-year-old's dome, I'm tired.
All right, Pullman Elementary. How many kids go there?
Man, let's see. 30 a class. There's 3 each grade, so we're talking 90 a grade. There's 5 grades, so 450 kids. They gone
easy.
You think easy? You think they start pouring out the doors and you take all of them out, no problem?
Zombie apocalypse.
Yeah.
They're all coming out the doors. They're all
I
getting. They're all getting a
guarantee
taste
you,
of
you
this.
take out 50.
Is it like Call of Duty Zombies where you can figure 8 for a while and line them up, and then
Clank,
just
clank,
mow
clank, 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 clank.
You know you're getting tired after 10 swings, Nate. You're like, all right, hold on, give me a breather.
And
Naturally, of course, I'm getting tired.
I've been trying to take a drink for like 2 minutes.
what's
I can't stop laughing.
do we have Champ Kind in the background yelling whammy?
Whammy! Whammy!
Clank.
Whammy!
Zach's better. Ping, 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 ping. That's so good.
Oh jeez, poor kids.
What's the
Sorry.
Poor kids.
They gone.
They go.
I think that wraps that up.
So, yeah, that escalated.
So that's what you got. All right.
We're ending on that, I guess. Oh, holy hell, we got a lot of birthdays here. Let's see, where do we start? What are we doing here? We start on the 23rd. D'Angelo Russell turns 24. Andrew Wiggins in 25. Good swap there for the Wolves. I like it.
Yep.
Funny thing is they share a birthday, which I thought was funny.
Interesting.
When I looked it up, I thought it was crazy. Dakota Fanning's 26. Emily Blunt, hubba, 37.
Giggity.
Also, Aziz Ansari's 37.
He's funny.
Charles Tillman, retired NFL cornerback, 39. Josh Gad, 39. He's the guy who voiced Olaf in Frozen, for those of you who don't know.
Or those of you who have seen it 700 times.
Yep, that and Frozen 2, whichever you like, preferably. Damon John turns 51. He's one of those Shark Tank investors.
Yes, sir.
Creative Fubu.
Yes, sir.
Flip Saunders would have celebrated a birthday day on the 23rd.
Rest in peace.
Yep.
Amen.
February 24th, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Ice Cube's little boy. Also the actor from Straight Outta Compton, turns 29. Floyd Mayweather Jr. turns 43. Zach Johnson, pro golfer, turns 44.
Nice.
Jeff Garcia, retired NFL quarterback, turns 50. Billy Zane, baller from Titanic, turns 54. He makes his own luck. 54. Kristen Davis. Actually, no, she's pretty sexy, actually. I'm not going to lie. She's good looking. 55. Deborah Jo Rupp, who's Kitty from That 70s Show.
Yeah,
how old is she?
70s
She
show.
turns
How old is she?
69.
Hey.
How you doing, girl?
Hey.
8. Phil Knight, co-founder of Nike, turns 82. Steve Jobs would have celebrated a birthday. And local man, Mitch Hedgesberg, would have celebrated a birthday.
Funny ass dude.
Dude's so funny.
Dude.
Look his stuff up.
Cut in his prime.
Gosh, he's got some funny stuff.
Unfortunately.
February 25th, Fred Van Vliet turns 26. Jimmy Fredette, 31. Joakim Noah, 35. Rashida Jones, 44. Chelsea Handler, 45. Sean Astin turns 49. The legend who basically delivered the ring to the pits of Mount Doom. Frodo didn't do shit. He carried that punk bitch. Carrot Top turns 55, and he looks good for 55. You look up pictures of him, he looks good. Jeff Fisher, 62. Ric Flair turns 71. Woo! Woo!
But back to Rashida Jones quickly.
Yeah.
Do you think she's hotter in The Office or in Parks and Rec? Her
She's younger in
less,
The Office.
Her character is way less crazy in Parks and Rec.
Office.
I like the Office version of her, but I don't know why. Maybe it's because I like her with Jim better than her with.
I like a good pantsuit.
That's what I'm saying, right?
I don't know.
Looking professional and stuff.
Maybe Parks and Rec. Might have to pick that one.
I say Parks and
you're
Rec.
wrong.
She's better looking.
Yeah.
All right, February 26th, Mikael Granlund turns 28. Marshall Falk, 47. Max Martin, 49. Now, just so you guys know, Max Martin's the guy who basically created every single United States hit of all time. Literally of all time. Have you got a list in front of you here?
Was he
So
a writer?
here's the top 40 song. Yeah, the writer.
He wrote
yeah.
these.
That's
Hit
some
me
really
with the list, Z.
number one on it is "Can't Stop the Feeling" by Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Fucking great, right? "Roar" by Katy Perry. "Baby One More Time" by Britney Spears. "Shake It Off" by Taylor Swift. Oh, Taylor, I like my own songs. Fuck you. "Can't Feel My Face" by The Weeknd. "Bang Bang" by Jessie J. I feel like I should know that.
Bang into the room.
Oh yeah, yep, okay, yeah. So, "I Don't Care" by Ed Sheeran. "Side to Side." There's just a lot. "I Kissed a Girl," Katy
I'm
Perry.
telling
So
you,
there's
dog,
just
down
a lot
to 40.
of.
They're all
I
hits.
Want It That Way by Backstreet Boys?
Oh.
He wrote that shit.
Banger.
I'm telling you,
Dang.
this dude has wrote every American hit that's ever been written. That's not
It's
a country
My
song.
Life by Bon Jovi?
Wow.
Oh my
That
gosh.
is quite a list.
Isn't that cool?
Crazy.
Yeah.
And those are his top 40
That's his
most
top
popular.
40. That's
Imagine
not
his
all
top
of them.
100 or
Word.
however many he wrote.
Yep. Michael Bolton turned 67, and Johnny Cash would have celebrated a birthday on the 26th.
Nice.
Rest
Levi
easy,
Strauss.
baby.
Levi Strauss also would have celebrated a birthday. On the 27th, J-Wall. You know what? J-Wall turns 34. I would have thought for sure she looks a lot older than that with all the plastic surgery.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked her kind of as the Amazon barbarian in Jersey Shore when they first started. I was like, that's probably the only chick I would have ever liked to be dominated by. Just saying.
Just saying.
Just gonna throw it out there. Kate Mara turns 37. Josh Groban, 39. Tony Gonzalez, 44. James Worthy, 59. And Ralph Nader turns 86. Elizabeth Taylor would have celebrated a birthday. On February 28th, it gets lit. Luka Doncic is 21. Aroldis Chapman's only 32 years old. He seems like he's been in the league forever.
For
right?
real.
Right.
Oh, man. Tayshaun Prince turns 40. Michael Bisping turns 41. Geoffrey Arend, 42. He's the guy from Super Trooper that eats all the shrooms and pot. He's that guy.
Snozberries taste like snozberries.
I'm freaking out, man.
You are freaking out, man.
Jason Aldean turns 43. Aaliyah Later, 44. Patrick Monahan, who's the lead singer of Train, turns 51. Robert Sean Leonard, 51. He's the house doctor from House. Anything like that show?
Dr. Wilson.
Dr. Wilson, yeah. John Trudeau. He turns 63. He's from The Big Lebowski and Transformers. Anyone know who that is?
John Turturro.
If you want to check it out.
I believe so.
No, I don't. Maybe. If I saw him, I probably know him.
Yeah. And then Gilbert Gottfried turned 65.
Hey.
Gilbert Gottfried.
On February 29th, which is the leap year birthday, which I think is so funny because you only get to celebrate your birthday every 4 years. Eric Kendricks, the Minnesota Vikings, turns 7. Ja Rule turns 10. He is the dude who cursed the Timberwolves forever, creator of the Firefest. And Tony Robbins turns 15. Co-creator of the Firefest, sure. Tony Robbins turns 15. But if we're going to go out real, I mean, Eric Kendricks 28, Ja Rule 44, and Tony Robbins 60. Those are your birthdays.
All right, so I know we covered a lot of sports today. Is there anything you'd like to leave our listeners with?
I do like some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I do like the fact that Ryan filled in really nicely. Thanks, bud.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for
Great job.
having me over.
Thank you for coming in.
No problem. Thanks for coming in, filling in.
Mm-hmm.
I like to do some things. For example, like I like to say what kind of music I'm listening to.
All right.
Like what I'm vibing to right now. I do enjoy to say that. This is for Jordan Holly out there. If you're listening, I miss you. But this is our song, baby, Havana. I'm really enjoying that one.
Still, huh?
Yeah. When is it ever gonna stop, right? And then I also enjoy Sawed Off Shotgun by Glorious Sons. Great song. I don't know why I just think it's fun.
Okay.
And also Straight Tequila Night by Jake Anderson.
Yeah.
Old school country song.
Straight
Good one.
Tequila Night.
Yep, great song. I also got one more for you. If I Had $1 Million by Bare Naked Ladies. I don't know why. On the way home from work, I like to just cruise home with that one.
I love it.
Just
I love
dreaming.
it.
Hell
Yeah.
The live version's better.
Okay.
So they have a recorded.
Okay.
So they have a recorded version and the live version, which is actually after the last song on their CD.
Okay.
You
Their album,
have to,
sure.
you have to go for like 2 minutes, and then it finally
Just
starts.
kicks in
and
all
it's
the stuff.
their live version of it. It's
Okay.
good. It's
I'll
better.
check that out.
Check it out.
You got a shout out for us, Sammer?
It's not really a shout out, but
Or like a closing informational.
yeah, we'll let all the listeners. We are finally out on more than just Facebook.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Check us out on Anchor.fm, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Breaker, and Radio Public.
Nice.
Hells
sir.
yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah, smash that like button. We'll be right back here next week with an all-new episode of the Portside Boys. I'm Big Zig, signing off.
This podcast is sponsored by Mini Mart. Check out their Minnesota-themed gifts and Minnesota apparel. Go ahead and enter in Portside Boys at checkout and get 20% off. That's minimart.com. MINNYMART.com. Mini Mart, Minnesota everything.
All right.